Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
And the Daily Dish. Hi, everyone. Happy almost New Year. This is recorded, by the way, in case any of you are saying, why aren't you saying hello to me? I'm not saying hello to you because I am not here. Yes, I am, but I'm not. You know what I mean. Anyway, Happy New Year, almost. The countdown begins today. And we got a bunch of stuff to get to. We got a couple of really good questions I think everybody needs to know the answers to, because even if this doesn't pertain to you right now, it may coming down the road. So let's take a look at what we've got there. And I want to remind you, too, on Monday, we start the Hot Melt Sprint. And I know we have a lot of people who have already signed up for it, lots of new people. So I would like to invite you all to be a part of this sprint to encourage on your sisters so that we can get this all done together. What do you think of that idea? I think it's a great idea. Also, if you are buying our skincare, and you've got a lot of people also, I think somebody put a New Year's resolution out, have better skincare routines. I hope so. Because if you buy our entire line of skincare, not only will we send it to you at a great discount, but we'll send you the skincare guide. It tells you exactly how to use it. And isn't this the cutest thing? It's a little whip maker. Look. Makes it whippy and dreamy and creamy. It's fabulous. And then it looks like shaving cream when you put it on your face, and extends the life of your skincare product, a balanced cleanser that we have. So I love that. Anyway, so take a look at that. Our skincare, you can find it. You can go to the shop, and if you do the pull down menu, you can see the skincare right there. Also, Sprint. I forgot to tell you. How about the link? You want to go watch the webinar? Even if you don't want to, I suggest that you do, because it gives you all the science and the reasons behind everything that we do. And you'll find that there are people who use this as lifestyle principles after they're done sprinting because they feel so good. Getting rid of all that inflammation is just amazing. You know, it's not about the size of your jeans. It's about how you feel in this human container of yours. You know, that's the end of the day. That's the whole thing. So check it out at savingdinner.com/sprint. There, not only do you have the webinar, you've also got the food diary if you want to keep track of your food and find out exactly what it is that is or isn't making you feel bad or good or whatever. You've also got the guide, and the guide has all the things in there, including several recipes that are absolutely outstanding. And then there's also discounted packages on the kits if you want to go all the way and do our Target Trifecta smoothies with it. So check that out at savingdinner.com/sprint. And because there's a holiday tomorrow, it will not go out right away. It'll go out today, but it's going to be held a little bit. It might not get there until Tuesday or Wednesday, but who cares? No, having it part of the time is better than not having it any of the time. It makes a big difference. I'll tell you, it makes a huge difference. This is our quote of the week. There's just one way to radically change your behavior. That's to change your environment. Thank you, BJ Fogg. Great stuff there. I love BJ Fogg, as you know. He's the author of Tiny Habits, and he's a doctor of habits. Doctor of habits is really what he called it. I don't know what kind of psychological fill in the blank he is, but he gets it, and he understands and has studied how habits are formed and how they impact you, and how you can get things done just a little bit easier. It doesn't have to be as hard as you think. You can set up your environment for success. And speaking of, we have success tools that will help you. Our quote decks, our mindful mugs. Look at this one. I love this one. I keep my pens in it. It's one of my favorites. I have Grit Not Quit. And we also have our Take Back Your Life journals. And by the way, we just got a huge shipment in, so you're in good stead. I would strongly suggest you take a look at that, and also our quote decks. These are all designed to help you set up your environment for success. And if you're like me and everybody else on this planet, you're thinking about, what do I want out of this new year? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. You want to tee it up. You want it to be super successful, go to savingdinner.com/vibrant 2022. This is next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday, January 8th. We're going to spend the whole day together teeing up 2022 and making it incredible. Check it out again, savingdinner.com/vibrant. What is it? Vibrant 2022. Yeah, sorry. And then for the tools, savingdinner.com/tools. Those are the things that I have for you. We have a few seats left. We're almost sold out of Inner Circle. I just want you to go take a look at it and see, is this something for me? savingdinner.com/circle. Open enrollment right now. We start in the very beginning of February. I think it's February 3rd, 5th, 7th, something like that. I don't even know the date, but that's when we start. So it gives you a chance to get set up. You're going to want to take a look at this because Inner Circle is for those women who are deciding to go the next level. And if that's you, you got to go check out the page, savingdinner.com/circle. That's what I have. Oh, and the supplement of the week, believe it or not, is one of my very favorite things because it's omega-3 fatty acids, right? We always hear about fish oil being so good for your brain, being good for your circulation, being good for weight loss. It's good for so many different things. And one of the things is we are all so incredibly have a deficit in that because we're not eating fish every day. I certainly am not. We try to make it a thing to eat salmon at least once a week. And sometimes I'll eat sardines too. I mean, I'm not, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's also not the worst, but lots of omega-3 fatty acids. We have our BioOmega-3X. It's called 3X because what you see, it gives you 3 times more because it's super impactful. It is a dry product as opposed to the oil that you see. I like this because the dryness of the oil means it's not going to be rancid. It's been processed in a way to hold on to the integrity of those omega-3 fatty acids. That is huge. And right now we have a screaming deal on it. Buy 3 and get 1 free. What can I say? savingdinner.com/show. That's where you're going to find that. And that, my friends, takes us to the next place of don't forget about our text messaging. We have a text message thing right now, and I'm telling you, it is the very best thing that you've ever had in your life. The reason why is these text messages are going to help you to get special screaming deals that we don't put out to the general public. And we will flash that number up there and we'll have it in the chat for you. I don't have it off the top of my head. Jenny, help me. Anyway, she'll put it out there. So just check that number out. It's a 1-800 number. And you just put there it is. There it is right there. And just put the number, put join. I might also, here, there you go. That better? Not so much. And put the word join in the text message itself. Really, these are very sporadic messages. We don't put them out all the time. We're not going to harass you, I promise you. But we are going to give special deals that nobody else is going to see, like the kind on the same par as what we do in our galas. You got to be looking for that. All right, let's get to it. It's Q&A. Q&A, yay! Next Friday will also be Q&A. Send in any questions that you have to support@savingdinner.com in an email. And in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. I will answer it for you next Friday. Deal? All right, let's go. Kathy says, I hope everyone's having a healthy, happy holidays. That's sweet. Here's my question. If I need to double or triple up on probiotics, I needed antibiotics or had contaminated salad or other food, it's salmonella, listeria, E. coli, what time of day is the best to take an extra probiotic? Well, if you are finished with your antibiotic, then I would go ahead and do 1 in the morning and do 1 in the evening. I wouldn't more than double up. And I'm pretty sure, Kathy, you're taking our probiotics, which would be fine. Too much probiotic, though, will be a total stomach upset. If you're used to taking probiotics, you can do that morning and then in the evening. And you can do a probiotic on an empty or a full stomach, by the way, and it works just fine. I take mine on just part of my routine. I take mine every evening before I go to bed. It's part of my evening routine. I have a whole bunch of supplements that I take, and I just believe that they're super helpful. So that's what I would recommend for that. But again, if you're not used to taking a probiotic, don't double up on a probiotic. You might get bloating. It might make your stomach a little bit upset. It could be a little bit brutal. She said, since I'm eating so many raw and leafy greens, how else can I protect myself? The recent salad outbreak made me think of this: Fresh Express package store brands for Walmart, Safeway, etc. Eating brat is recommended: bananas and broth, rice, red circle with a thing, applesauce, unsweetened tea, and toast during recovery. What can you recommend? Well, a couple of things I can recommend is we have to remember that we go through any kind of a stomach upset and any kind of, a gut thing that we're going through, whether it's food poisoning like this or it's whatever. It's really important to make sure that we go post illness to really baby our guts. And I would say that would be something that I would put off any raw vegetables, any raw salads for right now, and do everything cooked. It's a little gentler on your gut. My gals who have colitis, IBS, or Crohn's, or any kind of regular digestive issues, I have them skipping salads entirely and just doing a really good vegetable soup. Our Mighty Mitochondria soup works really well for that. Or the hot milk sprint soup, of course, works fabulously with that because of the bone broth. The bone broth is super healing for your gut. I would add L-glutamine. Make sure you're getting L-glutamine in a couple of times a day even. You could double up on that as well. Remember what L-glutamine does. L-glutamine helps those little junctures. They get spread when they get when they get attacked. And they spread like so, and it helps them to get filled in so that it's not a problem anymore. So that's one of the things that you're going to want to do. As far as protecting yourself from salads and the like, it's almost impossible. We don't know anymore what's going to be good and what's not. But what I've found, and what I find interesting, that it's a less of an issue with whole head lettuces. Romaine had some problems the other time. And while I'm a big proponent for ready-made and ready to go, for some reason, those things seem to get recalled a whole lot more than the whole heads of lettuce. So, take a look at that. But what we're doing, so as far as protection and for future forward stuff, make sure you get things as fresh as possible. You can't smell this stuff and see if it's there. But one thing that I would make a strong recommendation for is if you're going out, make sure your food's all cooked. I don't eat salads out. I always go for the soup, or I skip it entirely, ask for extra broccoli or steamed vegetables or whatever it is instead of doing the salad, because I've been sick so many times from restaurant salads. And, there's a reason for that is, and I've worked in restaurants before and I understand what the reason for that is. I hate to say it. But I strongly suggest you just steer clear of any salad in any restaurant. I don't care what it's about. But let's build your gut back up. What do you need? A couple of things. You need collagen. Collagen makes your gut that much more durable. Understand that the lining in our gut is about a hair in width. Think about how thick a hair is. That's the lining. And it easily gets damaged. L-glutamine, like I said, helps with this. Collagen helps to build the durability of it, because everything in our body, all of our connective tissues, muscles, bones, etc., are all predicated on having sufficient collagen. And that's going to help a whole lot. So how do we do that? Beauty support is one way that we can do that. I do this morning and night. It's part of my routine as well, because what is it? Collagen is a beauty protein. It's also a support protein, and it supports the gut. It supports the gut. We also have a basement membrane in our gut that also gets damaged when we get sick. So we want to make sure that we're building that back up too. That's really, it's foundational for your gut. So we want to do that. We also want to add in the Perfect Paleo Protein. I know you target Trifecta Smoothie all the time. Make sure that you're doing your collagen in our Perfect Paleo Protein and adding in the L-glutamine and doing the probiotic. And remember, our fiber is really gentle. and there's 10 scoops, and that helps to move the cooties through. Big time. Fiber is such a friend. Fiber, it's not, as long as it's not too like scrapey, and ours isn't. It's a blend of different fibers, so it makes it gentler on your system and makes it easier to carry those things out. But when our bodies are disposing of toxins, they use a couple of different means. They use your breath, your sweat, and your pee and poop. And so we want to be able to utilize that. If you can find yourself a nice sauna to kind of sweat things out, you're going to move things along a lot further. The other thing that I would sincerely recommend is that everybody have a bottle of activated charcoal in their cupboards. This is just something that helps to absorb toxins, and it really helps with any kind of stomach upset. But understand too, it's absorbing toxins. It will also absorb your supplements. So don't take it with your supplements, or what's the use? But I use that as part of my medicine cabinet, is the activated charcoal. That's an important thing. So those are the things that I would recommend, is building back the gut, using the supplements that all the ones that I just named, and we'll have those in the chat linked up for you, and making sure that as you're building your gut back up, you're also doing things and eating foods that are going to be supportive and will take care of things. But that should really help you a lot, Kathy. We got a question from Maria, also known as Angie. She's right here. I would like to know if you have any protocol for arthritis pain in your hands, specifically my right hand thumb. Never had any signs before the end of November. I've been having Target Trifecta smoothies almost every day, drinking bone broth. I'm also taking InflaCrusher, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. I'm doing hand exercises to relieve the pain, but I guess I'm losing patience and want it gone. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much. Angie, if you've heard my story before, I was racked with all kinds of pain in my hands. I couldn't stand it. It was awful. And carpal tunnel, I mean, you name it, just all my fingers, not just that, and all the way up with the carpal tunnel. It was just absolutely awful. I would take bandages, ACE bandages, and bind them up. It helped a little bit, but I was taking Advil like crazy until one day. And this is back in, this is in the late 90s. Seriously, this is the late 90s. And a friend of mine, Dr. Neil Spate, who has a practice in Charlotte, North Carolina, great friend of mine. And I just said, I'm in agony. He said, take SAMe. SAMe, what's that? SAMe is an enzyme that helps to heal those pathways and helps your body to correct itself. It helps with your mood, and it helps with joint pain in an incredible way. Because I tried everything, MSM, I mean, you name it, I tried it. This is incredible. Now we have that in the shop as well, our SAMe. I would strongly suggest start with 200 milligrams and then maybe work up to 400 milligrams. I'm at 400 milligrams. That's what works for me every single day on an empty stomach. And within 2 weeks, watch what happens. Watch what happens. It's an incredible supplement. It is so effective with pain relief and with depression, even more effective with depression than any depression medications out there. So much so that the EU has made this SAMe a prescription only pill. Can you imagine? Well, we can get it here. And ours is you can buy cheap stuff, right? All kinds of GMO corn, whatever. Ours are capsules, not tablets, not with the GMO corn, not made from duck feathers, not made from human hair. True story. Because that's how they extrapolate the enzyme, the SAMe. Ours is made from beets, fermented beets. It's a longer process, and it's way more efficacious. The other thing that I will say is that ours come in these nitrogen flushed packs, and you push out the pill every day. Do not put them in pill sorters because it loses its efficacy within 10-15 minutes of being out and exposed to the air. It is extraordinary, and it will, well, for me, it eradicated pain. Also, on top of that, you want to build your collagen, and it sounds like you're doing it. I would also bump up my InflaCrusher, do 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. that should help a lot. You can even take it as you have pain. You can take one every hour until it starts to go away, but it will really help a lot. The other thing that I would recommend is, as far as the exercises, look, gosh, I can't remember those guys, Bob and Brad, but they have, they are physiotherapists, and boy, do they have some really good exercises for, arthritis pain and what have you. But those are the things that I would recommend. The other thing is look at your diet. I would just eliminate for 30 days to see if this doesn't make a difference. Any kind of dairy, even including butter, just for 30 days, and any kind of grain, especially anything containing gluten, and see if that doesn't make a difference. For me, I get what I call gluten hips. When I've eaten gluten, I can feel it the next day in my hips when I'm laying in bed at night. I can always feel it. That's because I'm sensitive to it, because I have an autoimmune disease. I have Hashimoto's, so I have to watch that kind of thing. So your diet is absolutely critical and on point. Maria, if I were you, I would go with a hot melt sprint, do a hot melt 30, and just see how that's going to change things up. All right? And that's what I have to tell you. I hope that was helpful. And I hope you all have a wonderful and happy new year. We will be dark tomorrow. We will be dark on Sunday as well for the holiday. We're all going to be taking some time off. I want you to have a very happy new year. And I'll tell you what, our emails will still come. Take a look at what we're sending out to you, because I want to make sure that you are ready to have yourself a vibrant 2022. You'll see all of that stuff in the mail. Peace be with you. I appreciate you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.